very spiritual people.
See? Exactly the
So one of them I'm asking now to go because it's just becoming too much right. I'm not getting paid to take their shit. So
See, this is why, Raman, as I told you, it sounds very good if I say you have to love everybody, you have to be compassionate. It sounds very good, but it's not neither advisable nor possible.
At the end of the day, to be true to
At
yourself.
the end of the day, spirituality is about authenticity. It's not about faking it. Do you understand? Authenticity means you have to see what is in front of you accurately and see what is there. And you have to, as much as possible, respond to what is there, not what you would like to be doing. So that means even when somebody is attacking you so much, you have to keep sticking to facts.
Stick to the facts.
Stick to the facts. And not get into this. So this is what, this dependency on people is a very subtle value. Dependency on people means somewhere along the line, what is his problem? What do you think is his problem?
He's built his own story.
Exactly. And what is that story
He had
built
some
on?
experience in the past and now has gone on too far.
So that means
His intention is okay. He wants to learn more. He wants to learn it quickly. He wants to learn more. He wants to learn it quickly. He thinks that Nima, why should just teach it to me and I'll know it. Don't make me do the work. You know it, so give it. Why are you keeping it back?
exactly. I think Tushar totally got. That's where he's coming from. Really, he's coming from there. But he doesn't realize in that what all
His whole body language of
he
this
is
thing is
projecting on
completely
him.
wrong.
Do you understand? So he is not coming from a bad space, but in that, what world he has created of me. This is something which is incredible because I'm not exactly doing what he wants me to do. And that's not what everybody else wants also. I mean, they are pretty happy, they are really happy. But he takes a leadership and he says, I'm speaking on behalf of everyone.
I know because it used to bother me also. You know that I have to those 54 verses. Okay, now, chalo. What are you doing? Come on, go on. So it used to bother me at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said.
So but I can't yield to you.
Yeah.
The thing is,
You're
that's
not.
the thing.
Yeah.
Let him, I can see that he's irritated, but I can't yield. I can't yield. Nor I can write him off and say that hey, Tushar is so, because he is interested. It's not like he's not interested. Do you understand? So this is how the teacher has to be, that you can't take anything personally. At the same time, you can't yield to everybody's demands because everybody comes from their own whole framework. So you have to stick to what is right. Why? Because this knowledge takes a lot of time. It's so same thing. See, there are
Even when we go to the retreats, it's even more apparent. Everybody is pulling in different directions. They want Nima to do all different things. And it's hard to say, okay, this is my program, I'm running it. You guys do it.
people come with so much agenda of their own.
Especially when it's a subject
Yeah,
like
but
Vedanta.
which shop do I go to?
Huh?
Then you get confused which shop to go to.
No, but Nima especially because it's Vedanta. And a subject which is abstract.
It's not abstract.
Abstract in the sense it's
I would
not
say
so-
it's exactly the opposite, Malini. It is so
Precise.
close to you.
Yeah.
It actually gets into you, and that's why everything comes out.
Yeah, but it's not like maths, which is like, okay, we covered this topic.
In fact, math is abstract.
Okay.
But
Okay.
this is the closest thing that you can have. It is talking about you,
Yeah.
your understanding of the world, your understanding of the cause of the universe, your relationship with the universe. It's the closest to you. That's why it triggers so much. So many things.
Abstract is the opposite of exact, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an exact.
It
It's
is
not
exact.
It was
Yeah, but maybe I use the wrong word, but what I mean is that sometimes it's difficult to pin down like what each person. It's not when you're absorbing it. You're absorbing it in the way you
And it's
understand it,
personal
right?
also,
It's
yeah.
personal. That's maybe I meant that.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
abstract. It's so personal.
It's
that
personal. That's what I mean.
it triggers so
That's
many
what I
things
mean.
in you.
That's what yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
It triggers a lot, and this is why. So now, what has happened is, why did I bring this out in this value?
Quality.
Huh?
When you're saying to yourself,
Contemplative
mind.
That contemplative mind, and also that there is a
What do you contemplate? You just can't let
Exactly.
random thoughts come in.
Absolutely, and then you start. And the thing is that on one hand, so what there is a kind of a dependency on a teacher. So see how it is manifesting. He wants me to participate more and do more talks and less of his own personal study, right? So there is a dependency, but I am not yielding to that because right now it's not needed. So then what? There is a huge projection, outrage. So this is how. How do you know that you have dependency on people or not? It is not defined by how physically close you are to them, how much agenda you have for them. And when they don't exactly do what you want them to do, what is your response? That over a period of time, what do you need to do? That dependency that you have on people, that you have to become somebody who is contemplative, who is able to see things clearly, who doesn't, as you become more and more contemplative, as you become more and more clear, what will happen is your agenda for the world will reduce and your attention on what you have to do will begin to be more clear, and what you will operate more and more out of your deeper reflective values. This is ultimately all of us have to become like that. So I remember, right? So now Surya was saying, yeah, but you tell him, yeah, so what do you want? I said, yeah, if I keep telling him, he will draw me in. I said, no, I can't do that. I just have to make him understand where his projections are, otherwise he will never understand. So I told Surya that, like when we were studying with Swamiji, so 50 of us, and he was a very well-known person, so constantly he was going out, then he was going to the US for 3 months, and one day we all students, we thought that, let's go and speak to Swamiji and tell him that Swamiji, we've left everything to be here and study for 3.5 years, and please don't leave us, and please stay more with us and all that. So we all got courage and we went and we told him. What do you think he did to us? Like, what are you? He didn't kind of yield, and he didn't say, yeah, that's true, you guys have left your
I will not go to America.
I will not go to America. Do you understand? So we do it out of our love for learning. So he understood that, but he cannot yield to that. Or just when he has to go to Chennai for talks, when he's invited, he cannot not go because we are pressuring him. So this is something that we all have to learn. That what you have to, even when people are either projecting, or even to recognize when you are projecting on others. So there are two things happen as we live. One is, and that's why it becomes very complicated. Why? Because it's not just that, in his case, because he was very evolved, he had taken care of his many things. So he was not projecting back. But in a day-to-day living, what happens? Both project on each other, and both have agenda, and both create dramas,
Both don't know how to communicate.
and they don't know how to communicate. That's when then each one feels not understood, each one feels not appreciated. Then the resentment builds. So this is why this lack of dependency on people is something which is that the more and more strong you become, more and more. This is connected to what one value that we have seen. Which is the value that we have seen? Chalo, exactly. Very, very. The more and more strong and clear you become in yourself with reference to others, you will become what? There's a value. Which value? Accommodated.
That's what I was thinking. We
We
just said that. So we didn't know that accommodation was there. This is that bit
Excellent. Excellent.
More compassion.
See,
Shanti,
accommodate. What does accommodation mean now?
That's what
Now
we
that you
both
got the
think.
answer.
We both spoke
Wonderful.
about that.
Excellent.
We
Great.
were saying right in that accommodation chapter that when we look at somebody, we either write them off, they are always like this, they're never going to change. But everybody is trying to change and they may be at different, and we talked about the different stages in that journey of change.
Super.
They may have just started, or they may not even have yet realized and started, or they are trying but it's not yielding the results. So if you can understand their journey, fine, and if not, you accommodate that, okay, maybe they are doing what they have to do, we focus on what we are
You
supposed to
can
do.
always help that person
Yeah.
go that
And
one
what I
step
do,
further.
you
Right?
make your efforts
To.
and then you leave it at that, saying that that's all. Depends on, of course, the relationship and your role in that as well.
Super. Very good. Wow.
Look
Look at
at
her. Look at her. She understands. She remembers everything. So what is?
He's most likely to send that email.
So
huh?
now. I'm going to consult her before I write the Now look at this. So now the assistant professor now is an associate professor.
Soon we'll become a teaching assistant.
So exactly. Absolutely.
Soon there'll be a class on the third floor and the fourth floor.
Question.
No way, man.
Quick question. Can you repeat what you just said, that once a person becomes more confident, or what did you say?
Yeah. See, as you become more confident, what happens is it's not like you don't recognize people's where they are coming from, but you don't reproject on them. So you become more confident, but you become more accommodating of others.
So also people become more, you said, more sure of yourself and all that, right?
Yeah.
But then that creates a shift in the balance of all your relationships, because now you are changing, maybe for the
Yes.
better for yourself.
Yes.
Everybody around you is not ready to receive the new you,
Yes.
right? Because now you're like, you were always okay with it, but now you push back. For example, for all valid reasons, but I'm not used to receiving it. So then,
So it's true. So it's true. What it
then
says
everybody has to rebalance.
Rebalance. So you need to, because see, there is so-called equilibrium, but that equilibrium is not a real healthy equilibrium, right? So right now there is a status quo and nothing major is happening, but it's not like people are in their best space,
That
right?
must be
Now
helpful for everybody
suppose-
around you.
So that means now you can't make sure about that, right? But
Right.
you can evolve. And as you evolve, you understand very clearly that this is not really, it's a kind of an equilibrium right now, but it's an artificial equilibrium. And what one really needs to do in life is to reach a real equilibrium, which is a healthy equilibrium. So you change. Now, you're right. Initially, when you start changing, this person is not used to you changing because they are used to you being who you are, right? And all the patterns of that communication is based on what they or what you were. But now you're no longer the same person, suppose, right? You're changing, isn't it? And that also, even that change cannot be overnight also, but you are trying, right? Now, this person sometimes will react even more. Why? Because now that person is confronted with a new chirag, suppose. Now, if you get threatened by that, or if you try to, as Anupa says, and you try to say that this guy will never change, so let me come back, that is counterproductive. So what you need to have that little strength. This is what I'm
Convince,
talking about.
remain on the path.
Where you
Conviction.
exactly you have to make yourself strong enough not to get deterred by that, right? And you say, yeah, but this is something which is ultimately how quickly that person will change, whether that person will react more initially or not. It's not totally in your hand. At the same time, you have to accommodate the other person. So you can't write off and you can't again create a picture that see, I'm evolving so much and this person is never going to change.
No, you're the one on the path of evolution. You need to have some buffer for the other.
Exactly.
You know that there will be a change. Like I'm kind of realizing there might be changes. Right?
Exactly. Right? So at that, in the whole process, when people don't react or sometimes they react to your changes, you have to be accommodating. You have to recognize where they are coming from.
You can't put
So
yourself on a
whatever-
superior pedestal that okay,
I'm so
I've
big.
evolved and that person is still,
and
what
that
a
person
papu.
is so bad and that person will never learn and that person is so that is again you are falling again into your own stories. So how do you remain that person who is becoming stronger and stronger and learning to what behave from your values, which are not selfish values, they are proper values, right? And at the same time accommodate others who may not keep up with you. And they may actually, as you said, in the initial stages, they may even react a little bit more because they don't, you are breaking free from a given pattern and you can't get intimidated by that and you can't get shaken by that. That's called strength. At the same time, no anger towards others. So that is exactly how this is not easy. It's not easy.
This value is a very difficult value.
This is it's not.
Why it's difficult is because okay, you can get to a stage where you say okay, I need to find space, I need to be quiet, I need to whatever. But then you have created a blank in your head. Now what comes in to that blank in your mind is very important because you'll get. People are not used to just sitting down and you will immediately switch on the TV or pick up the phone and start scrolling. Now you are saying that put away the TV, put away this thing and keep your mind empty. So now what are you going to do? That means you have to meditate, or you have to read something good, or you have to let good thoughts come in.
Or even just apply your mind as to how you can solve that situation. Right? Because suppose you have, from the class, you have heard, as you said, again and again and again because we don't move only. So that means your mind has a lot of information. But when a situation has come, it's not able to correlate the two, right? So that means there's a lot of information. So when I speak in the class, it may seem, now this I've heard 20 times, why is she saying again and again and again? But when the real situation arises, then what happens? You're not able to extract from what is learned to
Implement it in your life.
So exactly. So that means what happens is either you have a pattern so that when the situation arises, that pattern re-emerges because that's what you're used to. Your ability to stop that pattern and draw from new learning and use that learning in that given specific situation. This is when I teach value. Suppose I can give you a big lecture on don't have dependency on people. But when I gave you my example, what did it do to you? Because how it's not so apparent how my example is related to this value. Do you understand?
Yeah, Pawan was thinking of his two people. Yeah, obviously.
So, do you
Everybody's
understand?
thinking
We all
Something-
personalize it, right? Like when
So-
we see something, we personalize it to our lives.
Exactly. So that is so important because when I just presented this situation, and suppose I asked you, in solving this problem, which value would you use? I have to do that. Or which number of values you would use? Then what will happen? Then you think, because which applies here and which doesn't apply here. So that means as you begin to live your life, these values have to come to your aid. And not everything, in one situation, not everything applies. So what do you need to do is to draw from what you have learned, which one applies here, and how does it apply here. It's not always so. So this is what we call assimilation of the teaching. Assimilation of the teaching means then it becomes like your understanding, part of you. You use it in your day-to-day life because situations will keep coming in your life. this is how these values are. They are big values. They are not small values. And as Kushal says, it's a huge value because we are so dependent, right? Dependent on every small thing. Like, oh, as I told you, I go alone. Everybody looks at me as though what? Oh, you don't have. There's a whole loaded thing, right? That you are alone. You don't have anybody to go with. What is this? You don't have friends. So now, what happens if I have a dependence on the people? What will
You cannot
happen?
justify why you can.
Exactly.
मैं तो इधर से निकल रही थी और ऐसे ही आ गई.
Exactly.
Or you
Do
stop
understand?
going.
Or you stop going. Do you understand? So that means even if initially you didn't have anything, but when that feedback came from people, then Lord, you're a little shaken. Or you start giving stories which are not really real stories. We are so dependent on
The reaction from
the reactions of others, and that
Affirmation to
our
our
decision
actions.
making is so dependent on what others, how others see us. So let me give you now. I'm going to deviate. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to tell you something which is interesting because I also have to recall. So this is my way of. So in Surya's university, and they had a huge seminar where they called lots of CEOs for many panels and different discussions and all that. But one person who came was Sonam Wangchuk. He's this Three Idiots, that real guy, Ladakh, right? And he gave a brilliant talk. It's so different from every other talk. But he was shining. People were like totally captivated by his talk. So I'm just going to a little bit talk. This is what I said. No dependence on, why am I saying this? Again, a mind that has no real dependence on what others think. But constructive, not rebellious. Okay. So he told, he started by saying that, I come from a small Ladakh. So he says that, he says, I studied, the first thing he said is that as I was growing up, I was not a good student, right? I was not. And then he says that one day it occurred to me that he was quite intelligent, but he was not doing well at school, right? So then he says, because I don't quite understand, I can't relate to what is taught in this. Then he gave it. He says that the first thing he said is that we learn in Ladakh, if you're a little well off, you go to English school. He says every human being is intimately connected to